What is up, Super Fam? I am Sensei Finito, and this is Battery CEO. And welcome to Marvel Bros Breakdown, where we dive deeper into characters and theorize about the latest films, shows, and other pop culture moments.
Yes, and on today's video, we're going to be breaking down the post-credit scene to Marvel's Black Widow. Okay, but before we get into that, please make sure to follow us on all of our social medias at Marvelous23 on our Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, and our YouTube channel, where we post all of our content and much more.
That's right. And make sure you check out our website, www.marvelbros.com, where you can stay up to date with all of our lives that we do every Sunday, our pop culture news updates. And you can keep up with all the Twitter stuff and join our Discord, where we are always having discussions and talking about the latest moments like we'll be doing today. And
Yes.
also check out our Spotify and Apple Podcasts and all that type of stuff, wherever you listen to your podcast, to check out our pop culture news updates on there as well. It's highly appreciated. Uh, it's just, yeah, let's get it.
All right. Well, before we're going to check out the end credit scene right now with you guys as well, so you guys will be able to watch it with us. Hopefully, we don't get copyrighted. But first, uh, uh, Sensei, what were your general thoughts? Maybe a couple pros, maybe a couple cons of what
Okay.
Black Widow was for you.
Okay. Well, when initially
Hmm.
when we before we went into Black Widow, we had entire year of a setback that we were supposed from when we were supposed to actually see that movie.
Hmm.
So hopes were high and a lot of things were expected.
Hmm.
And I feel like we got a decent movie that belonged in the beginning of the Infinity Saga. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I enjoyed some of them. I enjoyed some of the changes, but one of my biggest disputes about the movie was Taskmaster's character and
Hmm.
how they chose to portray him, now her, in the MCU. And other than that, though, I was I I had a good time.
Yeah.
Not the best MCU movie, but definitely not the worst.
Yeah. Hmm. Um, for me, it definitely wasn't a terrible movie. You know, but again, we had our gripes with the movie. Some of the pros, we definitely enjoyed the comedy that was in the
Yeah,
movie. We know we enjoyed the family dynamic that we saw, especially at that the dinner table moment
yeah.
in the movie.
Red
Um,
Guardian definitely stole the
yeah,
show.
definitely stole the show. Uh, Action sequences were pretty dope. Some of the coolest stuff happening towards the end of the film with the flying base that was pretty awesome. Didn't really like the Taskmaster thing. Um, with that said, Taskmaster was still pretty scary in the movie.
Yeah,
Uh, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like they could have made what we got work as long as they maybe helped us care a little bit more. In
precisely.
terms of like the character development. But overall, we had a great time watching that movie in IMAX. We had a really good time.
Yeah,
Uh, but in
it
terms of
it
like,
was a it was a good time. Like
yeah,
you said too about the flying base, that was crazy
hmm,
when that happened.
hmm,
When we it, it made so much it brought so much light to the more
hmm,
criminal side of the
yep,
MCU that we haven't seen. And that's
or
something
even
that
know about.
also happened with Shang-Chi as well, or Shang-Chi,
Hmm.
I'm sorry. They did a really good job of setting up the criminal I mean, even what's the other one that we just got? I can't Falcon and Winter Soldier with the
Yep.
Flag Smashers. We really got to see we've been seeing a different side of the MCU than we've ever saw before.
Yep.
And I think it's amazing.
Hmm.
Um to know that there was a flying base just out there and they had no idea about it, but it's like they didn't know because they thought the program was over, because that's what
Hmm.
Natasha had been saying the whole time. So it really did a good job of bringing everything together.
Yeah, and I believe there's even a deleted scene that's available on YouTube. I think it's with
Oh,
Ross talking to
oh
uh,
yeah,
Black Widow in the truck, and he's like, "Wow, if they were in the sky for this long and we had no idea, I wonder what are the
what else been
threats,
going
or
on?
what else has been going on, or what type of damage they've been able to cause during that time of them not even knowing
Yeah,
how the Room was still around." And I like that idea that even though we have all this, big level events going on, there's still a lot of small threats that can become big threats if left unchecked. And I think the
and
shows and the movies are doing a great job of kind of revealing that for us.
and I think they're doing a great job of utilizing that and making it like this is because of the Thanos snap. Like
Mhm.
if that didn't happen, we
Yeah,
wouldn't have been able to take over the way we did in the
yeah,
criminal underworld. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like it's just it's great. The lore, I guess you could say, the
yeah.
connection of the lore and
Um, this movie also introduced us to Black Widow's sister,
Mhm.
Yelena.
Yeah,
What's her?
Yelena.
And she is the main part of this end credit scene that we're about to check out. But we should probably check it out before.
Yeah,
Let's check it out. We see her, and some stuff goes down. So
yeah, it definitely is going down.
let's check this out because it definitely threw us for a loop. We really were kind of shocked as to the outcome for this end credit scene. Seeing her first off blew our
Yeah,
minds. We're
that
like, "Oh
was
my gosh!"
insane.
Sorry.
This was right after we finished watching
I'm
Falcon and Winter
allergic
Soldier,
to
right?
Midwest.
Yeah,
What this woman did, honestly, I can't even imagine.
You're not supposed to be bothering me on my holiday time, Valentina.
Oh, bothering you? Oh, no, no, no. I'm just here paying my respects.
You know, coming here makes you look desperate.
Okay.
I want a raise.
Oh, yeah, you and me both. Believe me,
Mhm.
you're gonna earn it. I've got your next target. Thought I'd hand deliver it. Maybe you'd like a shot at the man responsible for your sister's death.
and we were like, "Oh
Yo, shit. Yeah.
snap!"
We were like, what does this even mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
bruh, that's amazing. So the connection to Valentina from the Falcon and Winter Soldier. How did you feel about that initially seeing her pop up on screen, man?
You know, prior to coming into this, we talked about her setting up maybe being the one that's getting together the
The Dark Avengers,
Dark Avengers or even the Thunderbolts.
the Thunderbolts.
Maybe
Yeah,
there's a new twist instead of Ross, it's gonna be her.
yeah,
But that could be the direction that we were kind of going into. But we also weren't sure if she's working for Shield, Sword, maybe Hydra. We know that
hmm
character in the comics has kind of flown both ways. Um,
exactly.
is she working with Nick Fury?
I was
You know,
about to
like,
say, and one thing we know for sure is that she is definitely taking that Nick Fury type of
mhm,
role with these darker characters,
yep,
the very same way that Nick Fury was popping up with all of these heroes when the MCU first started. We're seeing her pop up with all of the, I don't want to say villains, but they're
yeah,
definitely anti-heroes. Like they're
yeah.
definitely
People who
going
will
against the grain.
very gladly take someone's life.
And this is starting with US agent. And I mean
Yeah.
now at the point that we're at now, there's
Mhm.
so much more things that we can look into and theorize about now from all of the movies that we have seen since, since this one.
Yeah.
But let's dive deeper into the post-credit scene and what do you think this means when we see Clint?
Well, I'm not sure because I'm kind of what I'm trying to figure out is did Clint tell them or like how do they know what went down and like for what reason do they have to like
I mean, I'm
turn
pretty
on
sure
Clint
no
like
one
that?
said that she died on a different planet that they went to sacrifice for the Soul Stone.
Yeah.
But I mean, that might be something that comes up later
Like
on. But I don't think that's in any official report
unless this is their way of going after him for the things that he did to the criminal
as
underground
Ronan.
as Ronin. And I think that's more of what's happening. And I think like his sins are coming up to catch up with him type of thing. And I think um in the latest Hawkeye trailer or Hawkeye,
Mhm.
uh yeah, Hawkeye.
No, I was like, yeah, aren't you talking
Yeah.
about?
I'm
Yeah,
thinking of someone else. I'm sorry. The latest Hawkeye trailer kind of reveals he's being chased and we have Haley Steinfeld's character, working with him as a fan, learning with him. Like
Mhm.
I'm very excited for that show because I think that show is going to kind of shed some light as to the meaning of this end credit
Do
scene. But
you
I
think
think
that we're gonna see Yelena take over that Black Widow mantle and be chasing Clint in this show in our Hawkeye? And
I
I
think
can't think of the other girl's name, but
I think she's definitely going to be taking on that Black Widow role, and I think
uh-huh.
that was her whole purpose for that movie. Um, and like one of the other things we talked about is like this movie. It's upsetting that we got this movie with her dead, with Black Widow dead, because
Yeah.
if like there should have been like a second part that really kind of showcased her really, and
Mhm.
that could have been her moment to bring in Yelena. I think that would have been way better in the long scheme of things. But with what we got, this definitely was here to set up her new character. Um, I don't know if we're gonna see her in
And
Hawkeye.
Hawkeye,
I don't.
you don't know?
Do you think we'll see her?
I I think so. I
Yeah,
think we might see her, if not
I feel like in the
for
end
sure.
maybe.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. If not in like the beginning, it will be towards the end, maybe as
Hmm.
like a main boss, final boss type
Yeah.
of thing, or even she might pop up in a post credit scene
Hmm.
talking to him. Uh, uh, I don't know where this could go to in Hawkeye. I think they're
Yeah.
gonna cover a lot of different stuff in the Hawkeye show,
Yeah.
but having him in this post credit scene definitely is going to pop up somehow. I
Hmm.
feel like we're going to see Valentina for sure.
Hmm. Yeah, for sure. I think we're gonna see her, but it also depends. Because it could be the criminal underground that's after him right now.
Yeah,
It might not
exactly.
even be Valentine, and it might be like we said, like he might solve, like they might figure out everything. They might, complete the whole climax moment, and all of a sudden, Valentina, Yelena, and whoever she's working for come into play, and like
Yeah.
kind of ruin the party, so to speak. And now he's on the run from them. Um, but I think that's what we're trying to figure out is who is behind everything, and it might be that we have to rewatch the Hawkeye trailer. Maybe I think there's a new teaser trailer right now as well.
Hmm.
And maybe that we have to revisit that. Maybe that has some clues as to what we think is going to be happening. Um, but I think that can really give us an idea as to where we're going. But I think definitely those two could definitely be in the show. It's
I
just
think it's
hard.
a
It's hard to tell.
possibility,
It's
but
definitely a possibility.
it'll be something that'll show up at the end
Hmm.
for sure. Like the way Kang like just popped up in the last couple of episodes of
Yeah.
Loki, and then the way that White Vision played such a big role towards the end of WandaVision. It'll be something along the lines of that, I'm sure.
Hmm.
Um, but I would love to see what like kind of what we're saying of the Valentina come in and
Hmm.
maybe have a little bit of maybe try to recruit the new Hawkeye
Hmm.
that will be, I can't think of what her name is in the show, but Haley
Kate.
Steinfeld.
Kate Bishop.
Kate Bishop, yes,
Yeah.
Kate Bishop. Maybe we'll see her try to come and recruit Kate Bishop's
Hmm.
Hawkeye rather than the Hawkeye that we have, and hopefully we
Yeah.
don't see him die in this
Yeah.
show.
You know, I'm kind of interested because like we're supposed to get Echo. We're going to see a couple other
Mhm.
characters coming into play here. Apparently, one of the early things that we heard about was Clint was going to lose his hearing and he was going to go deaf.
Yeah,
That's one of the things that we heard about. Obviously, some pushback against that,
yeah,
but um, that's something that could possibly pop up. Maybe an introduction to the Young Avengers with Kate Bishop.
that would be awesome.
If Clint dies, but like what we talked about before, Clint could be like uh the Batman or like the Nightwing to the Teen Titans or like to
Oh,
the
uh-huh.
Young Justice type of vibe, where like he's
Yeah,
like their mentor as like he's teaching them the ropes, and that could be what's going on.
that would be cool.
But I'm interested to know about the whole chase. Like, why is he being chased? And I
Yeah.
really want to know what the threat is here. Do you think we're gonna get introduced to, like a big level event like threat in the
I
show,
th- I think
or
we
it's all ground
might.
level stuff?
I think we might, and it would even be cool to see like what if we saw like Taskmaster show up, like like Taskmaster is now part of the little thing that they got going on,
Oh,
and Taskmaster's looking
or all the other
for.
Black Widows, maybe.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, because I don't know why, but I just feel like Black Widow is somehow also tied to what we got with
Mhm.
what we're going to get with Hawkeye.
Because they were so close. They were really close.
Exactly. Their relationship is just such a it's one of the deepest friendship bonds
Mhm.
like in the MCU up to now.
Mhm.
They really have the only relationship before that wasn't implemented because of the Avengers
Yeah.
initiative, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, man, I would love to see what they could do there and where everything will go. And
Mhm.
if you guys think Black Widow is going to tie into Hawkeye in any way, let us know in the comment section down below.
Yeah.
Right? I
Yeah.
mean, yo,
If you guys have any other theories or ideas as to what this end credit scene means or what could happen in the prior spring of things, let us know in the comments down below. We'd love to hear you guys' opinions, and we just want to know what your guys' thoughts are. You know,
definitely. And if you guys would like us to break down anything else or dive a little bit deeper into any other characters or movies, just put that in the comments as well, because we'll definitely get to it.
yeah.
We'll definitely get to it.
And again, before we head out, if you haven't already followed us, please make sure to follow us on all of our social medias at Marvels23.
Yep.
And
Thanks everybody for watching, and we will catch you guys on the next Marvel Bros breakdown.
peace.
Excelsior.